Congratulations on the win on Tuesday night. What's the mood in the camp after that 3 points?
Yeah, naturally good. Again, just had a little chat with them there. Hopefully it's the start of picking points up on a regular basis between now and the end of the season. It wasn't a classic, but as I said many times, there's ways to win games, and the first half was pretty grim, if we're honest. We've only had a couple of opportunities. Second half, we obviously got better. The goal helps, and it's just small lines. Yeah, the lad makes a mistake, but Shea's finish is fantastic. Again, he couldn't put it in anywhere else with that pace he hit it at. So, and then we built from there. So it was a big 3 points. It keeps the sort of buoyancy going, if you like, and the upbeat mood. But we now need to look to progress and be better in our performances.
How important was it that you got the win coming from behind as well? It's something that's been sort of lacking when City have gone behind.
Well, yeah, I'd rather not go behind. I'd rather just win 3-0. But yeah, of course. And I watched Stevenage at Exeter at the weekend there, and then Exeter's second top, they pushed them all away for a 2-1. So we knew it was going to be difficult. Every game's difficult at this level, but especially against the side who were fighting for their lives, sit in and make it on conditions as they were. Difficult to play free-flowing football. But it, I suppose, more pleasing, as you say, to go behind and show a little good bit of character from the players to come back.
And for you personally, I know you touched on it afterwards. I think it was 11 months you said, sort of from your last win there or thereabouts. What does it mean for you to sort of get that W back?
Yeah, no, great. It's I was saying to the lads afterwards, outside your family, there's no better for me. You can't get a better feeling than winning football games. If that's what you. I know there's all other things nowadays that players and teenagers and things get the kicks from, but if you're a player, football's everything. It should be, and highs and lows. You can't get any worse than losing a game as a manager. But to win a game, listen. As I said many times before as well, after a game, my mind now goes straight on to Cambridge. If we'd have lost the other night, I still carry that with me for a couple of days and looking back what we could have done. But now it's gone, it's put to bed. We analyse it, obviously, pick the best points, but look towards Cambridge. So, but back to usual. I'm just saying the doc there for some sleepers, but I think 3.5 hours sleep Tuesday night, which is the norm usually after a game, win, lose or draw. Yeah. Yeah, I always have. I'm not addicted to them, but I need a little sleep to my game so I can get 8 hours sleep. But so that was good to get back in that mode, waking up and thinking about what we're going to do on Friday and who's travelling to the game, etc., etc. But that's good to be back involved in that. So
2 games under your belt. What have you learned about your squad in that period? I know it's been sort of a quick turnaround.
Yeah, and again, there's still a lot of players we've not seen. So as I said before, I think we need to try to see as many people as we can in game situations. We're trying our absolute best to get a game next Tuesday for the lads who are not playing, but it's been fruitless at the moment. We can't play here because obviously the pitch is at the moment. So we're trying to get a game, which I think a lot of them we need. But yeah, there's certain things, and again, it's getting to know individuals, not how they play on the park, but the character, how the makeup is, as in, what they're like as people. Are they confident? Are they buoyant? Are they quiet? Naturally quiet? Everyone's different characters, but we're still learning that. And then naturally on the football pitch, what they're good at and what they're not so good at.
And those who haven't featured yet, are they understanding of the situation? Are they frustrated?
Well, again, another meeting today. I mean, I take Stuart McCall, for example, the other night. Obviously, everyone scored 2 goals. He probably had his most frustrating, let's say disappointing 45 minutes the other night, as a lot of us did. He had a shot just before the end of the first half. The keeper makes a good save, but he was not really in the game, and when he was, he had a shot over. So things weren't going well for him. Just shows you, 20 minutes later, he's got 2 goals in the bag and he's playing with full of confidence. So as we're saying, the lads who are not in the side at the moment, it can change so quickly, as Shea's example's given. But when you get your opportunity, be it in training, wherever you are, in the gym, make sure you're spot on, your professionalism's good, and you're ready to go when called upon. Again, the other night, we were tossing up whether we were going to make a couple of changes at half time, freshen things up and change things up, but we decided to give them another 15 minutes, and thankfully the things changed. So people that were in his mind to go on at half time didn't even get on the pitch. So, but that's football. You've just got to be ready to go when you're asked.
What do you feel's been the biggest positive so far?
I I think the win the other night was huge for the club, to be honest. You know, I think if we'd have, you know, we would have been, you know, pretty despondent if we hadn't took the 3 points. And the longer we'll be able to work with them. Again, obviously the conditions at the moment, we're on 3G again. You've got to be careful to how much you can do. Certain players can't even train on the 4G. So, like Clayton today, because of his, you know, his bit of patella tendinitis in his knee, can't train. So the other lads who we want to get up to speed, we want to do it as quickly as we can. So we're learning all the time.
Quick word on Lee Novak's start. I think when he arrived, given who had left the club previously, James Warner, Owen Doyle, some fans were perhaps a little underwhelmed, but the start that he's made is impressive.
Well, I would obviously keep a close eye on Bradford at any time, wherever I've been, you know, Scotland, wherever. And when I saw Knowles had signed, I thought that was a good signing for the club. Not on because I think he'll score goals at this level. It's the right time to have in your dressing room. You know, he's a hard worker, conscientious, good professional. And you can't have enough of them in the dressing room, as I've always said before. You know, your football club is only as good as your senior pros. If you get some senior pros who are not great and don't set good parameters, then you know your club will struggle. So, no, I remember thinking when Nove signed, they've done well there, Bradford, to get him in. And he's on 2 and 2, as you see, even though one came off his shoulder. But his goal the other night, to say it was in the 93rd minute, he's played 2 full games on the heavy surface, and he actually ran away from someone. So I think that was, you know, but great. And that's what he's finishing. He's got the ability to finish in that, like he did.
Cambridge away then this weekend. City not won away from home since mid-October.
Oh, cheers for that.
Well, my question was going to be, having as a new manager coming in, do you get a sense of that weighing on the player's mind, or is it with you coming in, do you feel like it's maybe eased slightly?
No, not give it a thought, to be honest. I didn't know that start. I know I've not been great away from home recently. Obviously, the Mansfield and Oldham games will, you know, stick freshly in the mind. But no, and again, you know, since Colin Calderwood departed at Cambridge, they've won 3 on the bounce and two difficult away games. So they're obviously playing with a spring in a step and playing with confidence. The surface looked, as much as you can see on a DVD, and it looks to be in good nick. I think high winds are expected and that, but hopefully the conditions will settle. But no, it'd be like, listen, every manager said the next game's going to be a difficult game, but we've got to make sure it's difficult for them as well. And we'll have a look at the setup and how we're going to go and be positive and you know, naturally, first and foremost, trying to come back with a win.
And if you can get that win, given the away record, how big and how significant could it be, sort of psychologically almost, for the bigger picture?
Well, it would be, but I'd like to talk about that on Saturday at 5 o'clock if and when it's done. But yeah, any win psychologically. But we haven't played too much on this not one away from home. I've not looked into it deeply. It's a sort of a new start, a new management team, fresh slate, if you like. Yes, we know. Like the other night, we'd not won in 8, so that monkey's off the back. We needed a victory to lift, you know, belief really. But now we've got to start turning the. And I used to think, you know, we'll go away and naturally we'll try 100%, always try to get 3 points. But I think if your home form's very good, then you know, if you're picking up a point away from home, it's not the worst result in the world. So. You know, but yeah, naturally we want to win the game.
Finally, just injuries. How are you looking?
I'm actually all right. My knee's a bit sore, but no. We've got one or two. We've got 1 or 2 niggles. Normally, I would have named the travelling parties because we're travelling tomorrow. But they're all going to come in ready to go, and we'll just look at 1 or 2 that so I say touch and go, but little issues that they might have. I'm aware, obviously, I don't want to take 20 bodies and have 2 sit in the stand when we go overnight, especially with it being Valentine's Day tomorrow. So we'll see how things are. But a couple of little concerns, nothing major. I doubt if Cookie will be back, but he's improved every day. So at this moment in time, it's probably doubtful. But I don't want to be made out a liar if he turns up on Saturday and plays. But at this moment, he's a doubt. But if he keeps improving, you never know.
And you mentioned conditions. Usually the first thought is the pitch, but you mentioned the wind.
Yeah.
There, how much does that sort of feature in your thinking as how you're going to approach it?
Well, sometimes I think naturally, if we had a training session out there and it was blowing a gale now, the last thing we'd do would be crossing and finishing. So hence, if you come to a game on Saturday and it's blowing a gale, the last probably thing you'd be wanting to do is doing lots of crossing. You maybe want to play in a different manner. So you have to adapt to certain conditions, be it underfoot and obviously but obviously the weather conditions as well. But we'll be ready. There won't be any excuses. We'll just have to go and give everything we've got.
Brilliant, thank you.
You said you want the performances to improve, and you said after Saturday there was some mistakes that you wanted to iron out. How difficult is it to get that message across when not everyone can train on the 4G, some of the pitches aren't up to...
Yeah, I think today's been more... I think a lot of the boys who played the 2 games have gone in the pool and done on the bikes, and sort of a second-day recovery, if you like, especially the lads who played a lot, on 2 heavy surfaces there. But I think today it wasn't more tactical, it was getting out. We did a lot of finishing because, obviously the finishing until the second half has been pretty poor for the first, game and a half. So we still managed to lose some balls. I mean, it's incredible. We still managed to hit them over the fence, but they're getting lower. So that's a pleasing point. But no, we just got to work on a few things. A bit of confidence building, and with certain individuals, bit of sharpness with other ones who've not had a lot of football. But everything we do, the tempo's training has always got to be high. Again, we just discussed that in there. Be the best you can be, and whatever drill it may be, if it's a simple passing drill, just have pride in what you're doing, and do it to your best, and that's all we ask of them. But we always want training to have a high tempo. Yeah, they'll have a bit of fun at times and they can enjoy themselves, but when we work and we're serious about it, and they've got to know that and understand that it's about having good habits and doing things properly. And
presumably that helps you then with, as you said, players not being able to show you what they can do. The more you do that, the more you get to...
Yeah, as long as they know what we're after and what disappoints, I'm more likely to remember a sloppy bit of play, whatever reason, or in training a casual bit of play, than I am a 30-yarder in the top corner. Everyone remembers them, but I don't want any sloppiness in what we do. High professionalism, and listen, just because the squad is so big. Every time, wherever they are, they've got a chance to impress. And even a little thing, a minor thing, like doing the runs after a game. When the lads are in, we've won the other night, and then some of the lads have got to come down from the stand and get a kit on and go outside and do a bit of running. We get all the stats again from that. So everything you do is an opportunity to sort of catch the eye or impress or show, I'm ready, I want to come, I want to play, I want to be involved. And that's what we're after.
Cheers.
So Stuart, obviously about the away stat, you said you weren't aware of that. I mean, is it a thing when you're on a bus, you've been there with players, when they haven't won away for a while, there's perhaps that little bit of thinking, here we go again almost?
Probably, but it's just actually going back to my first spell, or my second spell, should I say, not long ago. I was thinking about this the other day. We went through a full season of not getting beat at home in the first season, and the away performances were hit and miss. The second season, and we didn't do anything different. The second season, I think we'd won 9 away league games by, the first part of it, which was a record. I think we were level with somebody else in the league. So, but we didn't do any different. We didn't approach the game in a different manner. We didn't, So I can't generally put my point on why, that sometimes happens in football, because it's happened to myself, and I've. You try different things. Obviously, if you're going through a run of things, you do try something different. It's a bit silly to keep doing the same things if you keep getting the same results. Naturally, I think somebody more famous than me has said that in the past. We'll take Saturday's game in isolation and have a little look. It can be all different things: shape of the team, the opposition, whatever it may be. But at the moment, I think I've had that much. I've not even given that a thought. But now you've mentioned it, Simon, I think I'll probably be thinking it between now and Saturday what we can do different. But no, it's it might be a thought process as well among the players. And naturally, I think recently, on the back of the Mansfield and obviously the Oldham, not just defeats, but heavy defeats without really laying a glove on the opposition, is something that we certainly need to change.
I was going to say, because footballers like to find an excuse, and if they can, they'll use it as we struggle away from home.
Yeah, no, well that won't be. I think they know not to be using any excuses at all, because excuses are cheap. There'll be reasons sometimes, and there'll be factual reasons and whatever it may be. But it's same for everyone. The weather's the same for both sides, whatever it may be, and the conditions. So, yeah, I get sometimes, I understand certain things, but I'm not one for people make excuses all the time. You've got to be strong, take responsibility of yourself, help your teammates, but own what you do really, and don't make excuses, get on with it. And I've not seen any of that since we've been here. I've seen a good collective attitude by everyone, and that goes to the players that have not been in or actually even in the stands, which is going to be difficult. We've got some experienced players who've not been getting a game. As I said before, you've got Jamie Demmett in the stand, you've got Zelly Ishmael, and I know both of them are very good players, but it's getting him into a system, getting him into a team. They've both missed a lot of football of late, and getting the right time. So the other people that have had their opportunities, if they're taking them, they'll stay in, and it's just waiting for your time. And then, but again, I go back to the point: you don't have to wait till a Saturday to make an impression on myself and Kenny and the staff. You do that every day. Every day we're with you, even when we're having chats with you. If we see you've got the right type of mentality and the desire, then that pushes you up the pecking order as well.
And obviously, you said about some of the players. You mentioned James Vaughan earlier. Have you spoken to James Vaughan at all? Or?
I haven't. No.
Have you any plans to? Bear in mind he is on contract.
Honestly, I'm just dealing with the people we've got in the football club at the moment, and it's been so hectic. With the game the other night, watching that back, looking at Cambridge, I've had half a dozen free transfers agents come on to me, and at this moment in time, it's unfair on the people that are here, to bring anybody else in to have a look at. I've got to have a look at what we've got here ourselves, because I think we've got capable players who are not in the team at the moment who can, when I talked about on Saturday, we lacked a little bit of quality in certain things. But there's all different ways to win a football game. It might be just endeavour and fight and scrap in one game. Other game you might need a little bit of top quality if we, what we can get. But I'm only focusing on the here and now at the moment. Obviously, once it settles down a bit and we go Saturday to Saturday, and I've got a bit more breathing space, because at the minute there's lots of things going on, and so to answer to your question, no, and I don't expect to be doing it in the near future anyway at this moment in time, because at present James is in the future in the next 13 games. Obviously, he's got two years on contract, and he's a top goal scorer at most levels of play, but certainly at this level.